Hey, hi, how are you? This is Jennie Estrada, also known as Sister Weeping Willow. I'm part of the compassionate Chingonas who speak our truth. I am also joined by Cynthia Ruiz, also known as Line Mother, and Lorraine Martinez Cook. And she does have a native name,
Mhm.
and it's Red Hawk. Is it, Mija? What is it?
Red Eagle Woman.
Red Eagle Woman. I was thinking of my brother. I'm sorry. Red Eagle Woman. So we are three Latinas who are also Native American. Today, the topic that I chose to speak about is what advice would I give and do I give young people when asked? I mean, sometimes they don't want advice. It's just like, shit, I don't care. Don't talk to me. But when I'm asked uh, if I have anything to say to them or any advice, and I have several young clients that I speak with quite frequently. And my advice is, as a young person, I think we're having a disconnect with manners. I think because we're now in the age of everybody wants to text everybody. You can be sitting next to somebody and they're texting you. And, I think you have to acknowledge people when they come into a room. Now people don't acknowledge anything. They just kind of walk away and just shine things on. But that's really not a good thing to do. I think what you need to do, or you need to tell your young people is when somebody comes into a room or when they go into a room, they don't have to be somebody's best friend, but all they have to do is say hello because that is manners. And later on, my sisters will talk about that's kind of classy. Is you don't just ignore somebody when they come into the room. You acknowledge them, and it could be a hello or just a Google. Hi, how are you? But I think we need to do that. I think we're missing, there's a missing step in, I think it's conversations that we need to have. And um, I feel that acknowledging a person makes them feel good about themselves because even a homeless person, people don't want to look at stuff that's ugly. Well, there's ugly stuff around and you can just do not be disrespectful. So if um, as young people, these are characteristics that we learn as young people, and we carry these all through our life. So if you know, if you have children around you, or if you're around younger people, you don't have to embarrass them in front of a crowd of people, but encourage them to reach out and acknowledge the person next to them because that's respect. And I think everybody wants that and everybody does deserve that, whether they're rich or poor, black, green, yellow, fat, skinny, tall, short. And that's my take on what do I advise young people. So now I'm going to pass this over to, oh man, I already forgot. Lorraine. Oh, Lorraine. No? Was I going to
Yeah.
give it to Cynthia?
Okay.
Okay. There you go, Lorraine.
Oh, okay. So advice that we would give a young person. I feel like the advice I would give to a young person is to be honest with yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And in all things, like be intellectually honest with yourself. Because things that we develop in our youth will carry us into adulthood. And if we develop bad habits, we're going to be an adult with bad habits. And like what you were saying, Jennie, if we develop a class, if we develop things that are respectful to ourselves and others, that's going to carry us as adults. And I was telling the ladies earlier that I remember visiting friends of the family, and the grandchildren walked in, and the grandmother, they marched right past me, and the grandmother made them come back in the room and said, no, you need to give Lorraine a kiss. She's an old friend of the family. And the teenagers were like, we don't even know this person. She's a stranger. And later on, after a couple hours of visiting, they felt comfortable with me. And they made a comment about, yeah, like grandmas who make us kiss strangers. And I told them, you know, one day you're going to see friends that don't do that. And you're going to thank your grandparents for teaching you class. And you'll notice that there are people that don't have class, and be grateful that your grandparents have taught you something that will carry you. And that's what my advice is for young people is um, to develop integrity when you're young, because it's going to carry you it's going to have a lot of mileage. And I'll turn that over to Cynthia, my sister.
Thank you, Lorraine. So when I think of young people, what I always tell them, because I do a lot of workshops and training with young people, I want them to understand that life is all about choices. We make choices in our life. We make simple choices. We wake up and what are we going to wear today? But then we also make other choices, like if we're going to go to college, who to marry, where to live. Life is about choices. And choices also come with consequences. So if you make choices in your life that have negative consequences, then make different choices. Just like people when they tell me, oh, I'm unhappy with my life. I said, okay, we'll make different choices. And they're like, what? Because knowing that you have choices, it can be very empowering. So always be aware that choices are important. I also tell people a lot of the young people all the time is make good choices when it comes to social media, because social media is going to follow you for a long time. And be aware of what you're putting out there, what you want others to see about you. Because especially on social media, that can last, and employers, colleges, all these other people are going to be able to look at that. And I've seen people make bad choices on social media, and it's actually taken them down. This one young guy was running for Congress, but then they found pictures of him on social media partying like a rock star and drinking, and they used that against him and he lost. So just be aware about the choices you make. But I also want you to realize that anything is possible. Anything is possible in your life. First of all, you have to believe it's possible. You have to do the work and never give up. Now, talking about doing the work, one thing I want you to realize in life is if you want something, you got to go get it. Nobody's going to hand you anything in life on a silver platter. It takes work. So make good choices, dream big, and realize that you really can have whatever you want in life if you're willing to put in the work and don't give up. The other thing I want to talk to young people about is the importance of giving back. We are collective world. We are all interrelated. So, make sure that you're being of service, you're giving back and helping the environment or whatever you're passionate about, gun control, whatever is important to you in your life, make sure that you're always helping others. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Jennie.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Lorraine. I didn't mention something that I really want to mention. Don't ever let an opportunity go by thinking that it'll be there tomorrow. If there's an opportunity that comes to you, take it. Take it and do something with it. Because you never know if that bus is going to come by again or whatever. It's just a missed opportunity could be a big thing in your life. Don't wait till you're 50 to figure this shit out. I'm telling you right now, if there's an opportunity and it's a good opportunity for you, take it and enjoy it. And on that, I'm going to say goodbye. And I want you to know that next week, we will be doing, what does music do for you? And again, here's that challenge out to men. If there's something that you want to know or you want us to discuss, send us a little note. we'll be more than happy to do that because we're all about the balance stuff. Okay. So adios. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe. I'm going to say this, get a goddamn vaccination. Okay. I'm tired of wearing a mask, but I will wear it until we no longer have to. Get a vaccination. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, goodbye. Love you guys. Adios.